am going on a date with Mr. Man in a little bit, and I thought I would sit down with you guys, show you how I got this face right here, and also do a little bonus clip of how I got this hairstyle right here as well. So if you're interested, let's jump in. Okay, let's begin with priming our lids with the P. Louise base and using the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm applying this first shade all over my transition area with a big fluffy brush. This one is from Sigma. Now I'm going in with this mustardy shade in the palette, which is going to be adding a little bit of warmth to the eye look that I'm doing today. As you can see, with this shade, I like to pat it on a little bit at a time and then blend the two colors together. This next shade has a pinky undertone, which I'm applying just a tad bit below the last shade. I love playing with different undertones because it gives the eye look dimension and doesn't make it look flat. Next, I'm adding these two colors right here with my MAC 217, and I'm patting it on in my lower outer V to deepen up this eye look. With deeper shades, I like to take my time and add a little bit at a time so that it'll be easier to blend out. Now with my fluffy brush, I just flick it out to give it a wing eye effect. Now with a small detail brush, this one is from Morphe, I'm adding on this dark brown to my lash line. With darker colors, I feel it is very important to take your time when blending out. For the inner parts of my lids, I will be using the Sugar Pill white eyeshadow. You can use a cream eyeshadow if you would like, but I do love using a white because it does give me a more awakened look. Now I'm taking the mustardy shade again and just adding it to the middle of my lids so that they can blend the two colors together. Now it's cleanup time with the Sephora waterproof eye makeup remover. I'm just going to clean up any of the fallout and also kind of do it at an angle so that I have a finished cat eye effect. If you don't want it to look too harsh, just make sure to tap out the edges. Onto the face with the No Pore Blim primer from Touch in Sol. This is a pore blurring primer, great for those of you with dry skin, and it's $18. Score. For foundation, I'll be wearing the Smashbox Studio Skin Foundation. This has a satin finish and is very hydrating. Highly recommended. And while we're buffing the foundation in, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for future videos and notifications. Today's concealer is the First Aid Beauty Bendy Avocado Concealer. This is medium coverage and is great for those of you who have dry under eyes. And to set my under eyes, I'll be using the Hourglass Translucent Setting Powder. On date nights, I do contour a little bit because I want to look a little bit chiseled. I have been hitting those carbs extra hard lately. Any cream contour or foundation of your liking is good for this step. Moving on to the brows. You guys will be surprised because I'm not using my e.l.f. brow kit for this step today. I'm using the Urban Decay Brow Blade. I am currently testing it out and I will let you know in a future video if I like it or not. And to set my brows in place, I'll be using the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Now for my brow bone, I decided to go with the shimmery white shade because I didn't want it to be an all matte look. For my cheeks, I'm using the Too Faced Peach My Cheeks Melting Powder Blush in the color So Peachy. This has been recently discontinued from the Sephora website, but I found many of these at the TJ Maxx. At this point, it's no surprise that I'm using my trustworthy H&M bronzer to warm up my face. To warm up my face, I always love using a more orange tone bronzer, but to contour, I do love using a cool tone, and in this case, I'm using the NARS Laguna. Now this step is not a necessity on my everyday wear makeup, but I do try to do this on nights that I am going out. On a flat definer brush, I'm taking this dark brown and I'm pressing it into my lower lash line. And now with this mustardy shade, I'm just taking a fluffy brush and blending it out. Taking the black shadow in the palette, I'm taking it and I'm just tapping it into the very outer third of my eyes on the lower and upper lash lines. To melt all the powders into my skin, I'm using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. You guys, I'm super late to the game, but this is amazing. Now I'm curling my lashes and I'll be applying my mascara of the month, which is the Hourglass Caution Mascara. If you don't like wearing false lashes, you can stop at this step right here with just some nice coats of mascara. On my waterline, I'm using the Rimmel Scandaleyes in the shade Nude, and this is just to make my eyes appear bigger and awakened. Of course, I need my lashes. For an all-over face glow, I'm using NARS Hot Sand, followed by the Anastasia Amrezy highlighter, just on the tops of the cheeks to give me that extra glitz and glam. As I finish my awkward dance moves, I'm going to take my stipple brush and blend everything in. Now that my lash glue has dried, I'm just taking my Stila liner and just trying to cover up any of the glue that may be seen. For this look, you can do any lip color. I decided to do a red, and I'm using the Kat Von D liner. I never mastered the talent in lip lining, so excuse me while I take my sweet time. I chose Vampy Red, which is by Lime Crime in the shade Wicked. This is my favorite color. I talked about this in my recent product empties, which I will link above. While my curling iron is heating up, I'm going to use my Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist, followed by my Skin de Nivea Setting Spray. With my hair, I decided to do a tousled beachy wave, and the way that I do that is I take my Hot Tools 1-inch barrel curling iron and I start to curl small pieces away from my face. This look, you can grab small pieces towards the bottom, and as you move your way up, you could take bigger pieces. But always remember when you're curling to curl it outwards. When doing this hairstyle, I always love parting my hair down the middle. I just feel like it looks very pretty. After my hair has had a chance to cool down, I brush it through with my fingers. To add texture, I spray the Bumble & Bumble Dry Spun Finishing Spray, followed by the Living Proof Full Dry Volume Brush to set it in place. And we are done! I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, bye guys!